Hi, I'm John Fitzgerald and welcome to Custodian TV. A big wow. We're entering a new territory, and that is interest rates. Interest rates now at 3.5%. Last time we were here is November 2009, and I want to take you back to what actually happened in 2009 because it had a huge difference to the real estate market. You recall earlier in 2009, the interest rate, or the Reserve Bank, reduced interest rates to nearly a 40-year low. And what did that cause? It caused real estate to jump through that 12-month period by nearly 12% across the country. That's right, real estate prices jumped by 12%. A massive 26% in Melbourne, 15% in Sydney, and the rest spread around Australia. Now, I tell you that because, as the saying goes, there's nothing new in this world, just history you don't know yet. We need to be right onto the effect of real estate, I should say the effect of interest rates on real estate. And what's interesting is, prior to the Reserve Bank cutting their rates, the main four banks cut their fixed term rates so that now you can get 4 and 5 year lock-in rates below 6%. Very rarely in the last 30 years or 40 years will you have seen that, and that is a real game changer because it makes property so close to cash flow positive. Or put it this way, you could buy a brand new property and become cash flow positive within 1 to 2 years. Now, reading the Reserve Bank's minutes of their meeting, they want to get the economy moving. And that's why they're tinkering with interest rates. So the point is they want to actually get this activity, get things happening, and even stimulate house prices, construction, the construction industry. Right on top of that, we've got an improvement in retail sales. You know about jobs and job growth, which is positive. And also we have the impetus of the mining boom, which is still taking hold. I think we can safely say now that with the long-term interest rates and the borrowing rate under 6% that you can lock in for 4 and 5 years, you have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But now let's keep an eye on the variable rate, because today's variable rate is low sixes, maybe 6.1%, 6.2%, but that could come down into the fives, and that is almost a once-in-a-lifetime. You should never take this for granted, and never take for granted the opportunity of locking in under 6%. In fact, I've said before, on record, if ever you get a chance to lock in your interest rates below 7%, you should seriously look at that. Now I'm saying you've got an opportunity to lock in your rates below 6%. It's an alarm bell we should all be aware of and all really focus on, because it's a changing dynamic. Now, it changes things for us because it obviously reduces our costs, and then our income obviously gets to a level of paying our houses off. But here's how it affects the whole economy. We now have a whole demographic of people who didn't qualify for a loan who now do qualify for a loan. And that's massive, maybe thousands or tens of thousands of people. And that's going to stimulate the economy, and make no doubt, or be in no doubt, the Reserve Bank wants to stimulate the economy. They want to see things happening, and this is a great opportunity, a small window for you to take up this opportunity. And let's look at the most recent history. The last time we were in this territory, we saw prices jump nationally by 12%. That's our business. Thanks for listening to me.